The internet is the largest social experiment in human history. It removes the friction of physical presence, allowing millions to connect instantly. But that same distance creates a darkness. When we are anonymous, the constraints of social shame often vanish, a phenomenon known as the online disinhibition effect. This absence of consequence is where toxicity thrives. How do we build meaningful digital communities when a single bad actor, shielded by an alias, can inject chaos, fear, and contempt into the system? The battlefield is not physical, it is psychological, and the weapon is always words. Act 1. The two faces of digital conflict. We must first distinguish the two categories of online toxicity. There is the emotional attack, the obvious, impulsive rage, the direct insult. This is easy to flag and moderate. But the far more insidious form is the strategic attack, the calculated campaign of gaslighting, or the highly effective tactic of concerned trolling, where the toxic person poses as an ally. I'm just worried about the direction of this community, while sowing seeds of doubt and division. The goal is the same as any manipulation, to create chaos and gain power. The difference is the mask they wear. Act 2. The psychological root of trolling. Why does this behavior occur? The online disinhibition effect provides the first answer. The shield of anonymity removes accountability, allowing darker personality traits, sadism, Machiavellianism, to express themselves without fear of real-world consequence. Furthermore, for many trolls, the behavior is an addictive quest for control. By provoking a reaction, whether fear, anger, or defense, they gain a temporary, addictive sense of power over another person's emotional state. The toxicity is not about the topic, it is about the energy extraction from the community itself. Act 3. The cost of community energy. The mirror shows us the true cost. Toxic behavior doesn't just hurt the target, it depletes the entire community's energy. It forces moderators and good citizens to waste countless hours policing the edges, rather than focusing on the core mission. This is the phenomenon of bad actors taxing good actors. The silent majority becomes demoralized. Effective mitigation, therefore, is less about punishment and more about energy management. It is about designing systems, rules, protocols, and response methods that make toxicity too expensive, too slow, and too unrewarding for the perpetrator to continue. Act 4. Mitigation strategies. The blueprint for mitigating digital toxicity requires 3 steps. Transparency of action. When moderating, don't argue with the troll. State clearly, this behavior violates Rule X, and we are acting based on that rule. This validates the system, not the person. The fading response. Use a structured de-escalation protocol. Respond once, neutrally, and then refuse further engagement. Starve the troll of the attention they crave. As we learned with the Gray Rock method, non-response is disarming. Strict boundary of zero tolerance for harassment. For behavior that aims to harm rather than debate, the solution must be fast and permanent. The emotional safety of the entire community outweighs the temporary inclusion of one bad actor. You are not trying to change their heart. You are simply changing the consequences of their actions within your space. What is one area of your online life where you need to build a stronger boundary against chaos? If this helped you become a wiser leader or a more resilient participant online, subscribe and learn to decode the unseen patterns of human behavior.